By the end of this video, you know how to build an AI SEO agent that runs from your phone. You get real keyword data on demand, you'll be able to make real technical fixes on your website, and you'll be able to segment every client into their own workspace so nothing gets crossed. All of it runs from Telegram, you won't need a developer, and I'll give you the exact stack so you can build it yourself. If you're a solopreneur agency on the tide of managing SEO tools that don't talk to each other, this is the stack that ties everything together into one system you can operate from anywhere. I've been running SEO for a decade across multiple businesses, and last week I built this for a client using Claude Code, and I didn't touch a single line of backend code myself. Now let me show you the whole build. Quick one about me so you know I'm not pulling this out of thin air. I've done SEO across multiple businesses over the last decade. I owned a moving company I ran in Germany for 4 years where I did all the marketing. We ranked in the Google Map Pack for the top 3 cities that I wanted to rank in. I had an SEO agency before that, and now I'm doing it again for a client selling cars from Germany to France. So I've seen how the space has changed. There are a lot of setups being demoed on YouTube and a lot of promises being made. But I set this up for a real client, and I want to be honest about what it does and where the realistic expectations sit. So here's the situation with this client. The website is already established. I've been doing SEO on it for some time before I brought Hermes into the picture. So it's already getting traffic, it's already generating leads. Hermes isn't the thing that started the SEO work, it's the thing that made the SEO work faster and more efficient. So here's the current Search Console data. You can see the impressions and clicks over the last few months. I used Claude Code to ship a few technical wins on the site as well. I added breadcrumbs, for example. I got review snippets rendering. I fixed a few other things I'll show you in a minute. And those changes will probably move the numbers in the next couple of weeks. The one thing I'm still working on, and I'll come back to this in a follow-up video maybe, is getting a large batch of car detail pages indexed. It's only been a few days since I pushed those changes, so that indexing is still being worked on. I'll probably show you the results on that specific piece in a follow-up video in 60 to 90 days. Okay, so now let me show you the build. Now before we go deep on any piece, here's the whole stack so you know where each part fits. Telegram is the interface. This is where I actually talk to my SEO agent. I can use it from my phone, from my desktop, or from wherever I happen to be. Hermes agent is the brain. It runs on a server, listens for messages coming from Telegram, and executes the task I give it. OpenRouter is the model layer. Hermes uses OpenRouter to route each task to the best available AI model. A simple task goes to a cheap model, a complex analysis goes to a better model, and all of it runs off one API key. DataForSEO is the SEO data source. When I ask Hermes for keyword volume, search intent on competitor data, it pulls real Google data through the DataForSEO API, and these are not hallucinated numbers, they are pretty accurate numbers. And Claude Code is what I used to build the whole thing, and it's what I used to hack technical improvements onto the client's website that I couldn't do as a non-coder. And the client's website sits at the end of the whole chain, obviously. So that's it. There are 6 pieces all connected, and all of them are controllable from my phone. And let me walk you through each one. So Telegram here as the interface. The magic of this whole setup is that Telegram becomes my SEO command center, and here's how I have it structured. So I have my main Hermes chat right here. This is where I do general work that isn't tied to a specific client. Then, and this is the part most people don't set up, I made a Telegram group chat with topics enabled. So here you can see this is a Telegram group, and I have one topic enabled. Topics let you create separate threads inside one single group. Each topic keeps its own conversation history and its own context. So I created one topic for my current client, which is the German to France car export business. All the SEO work for this client happens inside that topic. Hermes knows this is the client context every time I message inside that topic. So the moment I take on a second client, I'll spin up a second topic, and every client stays in their own thread. Nothing gets crossed. I don't need to prompt engineer this is client A every single time. The topic itself is the context. Now watch what happens when I ask it a real question. Give me the top 5 ranking opportunities we haven't hit yet. You see that it's typing, and as you can see, that's the response. Okay, it's real keyword data pulled through data for SEO. It's ranked by opportunity, and Hermes knows the client context, so it's filtering to keywords that matter for German French car exports specifically. Then we have Hermes agent, which is the brain. Hermes is the agent that lives on my server, and this is one of the specific choices that matters most about how I set it up. Hermes doesn't run on my laptop, it runs on a VPS, which is a virtual server that's online 24/7. That means the agent is always awake. It can be executing tasks while I'm asleep, while my laptop is closed, or while I'm in a meeting. As long as my phone can send a Telegram message, Hermes is ready to receive it and act on it. And here's a specific detail that was a game changer for me when I was setting this up. I use Claude Code to configure Hermes on the VPS itself. Claude Code can connect directly to your virtual server and run commands there. So I opened Claude Code, connected it to my VPS, and it walked me through installing and configuring Hermes remotely. I didn't have to SSH into anything manually and figure out server-side commands on my own. So Claude Code is doing double duty here. It's helping me build and configure the agent that runs on my server, and it's also helping me hack the client's website itself, which I'll show you in a minute. So there are 2 more things worth knowing about Hermes. The first one is that it's genuinely open source. You can run it yourself. It's free to use, and I'll show you exactly how I have it set up. The second one is that it has a self-learning loop. Every task it runs adds to its memory. So the more I use it for a specific client, the better it gets at understanding that client's context. And at the start, I've fed it context about the client. So it knows the business model, the target market, and the existing website structure. Every SEO decision Hermes makes for this client is grounded in that context. So again, then we have OpenRouter with smart model routing. Here's a specific choice I made that I think most creators skip past. Instead of hard coding one AI model like Claude or GPT, I plugged Hermes into OpenRouter because OpenRouter is a single API that gives you access to every major AI model on the market. Why does it matter? Because SEO tasks vary massively in complexity. So if I'm rewriting a meta description, I want a cheap, fast model. It costs a few cents and it's done. And if I'm doing a deep competitive analysis of a niche, I want Claude Opus or GPT-5, and it costs more, but it's worth it. And if I'm bulk categorizing keyword research, a cheap model can handle it just fine. So OpenRouter lets me route each task to the right model automatically. I don't overpay for the simple tasks, and I don't underserve the complex ones. So this is the setup. It's one API key, every model, and it's cost optimized per task. Then we have data for SEO. This is real Google data. This is the part that separates a real SEO agent from a hallucinating chatbot. Without a real data source, an AI agent will invent keyword volumes and rankings. You get numbers that sound plausible but are actually made up. That's dangerous for SEO decisions. So data for SEO plugs into the actual Google search infrastructure and returns real data. It returns real search volumes, real competition scores, real SERP data, and real backlink data as well. So when I ask Hermes a keyword question inside Telegram, it pulls the answer from data for SEO. So the numbers I'm working with are real. My decisions are based on ground truth, not on model hallucinations. Then obviously we have Claude Code, which is doing the developer job as a non-coder for me. This is the part I'm most proud of, and honestly it's the part I didn't think was possible for me a month ago. I'm not a developer. I've never written backend code, and this week I made real technical improvements to my client's website using Claude Code. And here's what I actually did. So the client's website had no image alt tags for the car detail pages because those are dynamic pages that are created out of the database as soon as a new car enters the stock. So those are not simple WordPress pages where you can just add an image alt tag in WordPress. Under normal circumstances, this is developer work. You'd either hire someone or learn to code yourself. Both take money or time you don't necessarily have. So Instead, I opened Claude Code, described what I wanted to fix, showed it the relevant files, and it walked me through the fix step by step. As you can see here, I'm asking it questions as well about the SEO, so it helped me really much. And I made the changes, tested it, and shipped it, and this week alone, I've added breadcrumbs, gotten review snippets, rendering, and made other technical improvements that used to require a developer. And that's the thing I want to be clear about. With Claude Code, non-coders can now do developer work. Not a portion of it, not the easy parts, all of it. If I can describe what I want, Claude Code can build it. It can debug it, and it can help me ship it. And Claude Code doesn't just work on the website itself, as I showed you a minute ago. It also connects to my VPS and helped me set up Hermes on the server. So this is the second big thing the video is really about. The first was the mobile first SEO command center from Telegram. The second is that the developer bottleneck for solo operator is basically gone now. So that's what makes this stack different from just an AI SEO writer. It's not just generating content, it's a full stack. And there's the data layer, the agent layer, the mobile interface, and the actual technical execution. So every piece is doing real work, and I'm doing all of it myself. So if you're finding this useful, hit subscribe. I'm putting one of these builds out almost every week, and I'll come back in 60 to 90 days with the real ranking results from this stack. But now let me be clear about what this setup delivers today and where the honest limits are. Okay, here's what it does today. It gives me real-time keyword research from anywhere I have my phone. It gives me structured competitor analysis with actual data behind it. It gives me content briefs with the client context already built in. It lets me make technical SEO fixes I couldn't do as a non-coder before Claude Code existed. And it does all of this from a single interface I already carry in my pocket. On the client I've been showing you, this stack has already produced real wins in the last few days. The breadcrumb structure is live and rendering, the review snippets are showing in the search results, and here's what's still in progress. I'm working on getting a large batch of car detail pages indexed, like I said, and that's the piece that takes time. Google indexing on a batch that size takes weeks, not days. And here's a general point worth making. If you see rapid ranking claims for a similar stack, look at the specifics before you get excited. What's the keyword competition on those wins? What was the site's existing domain authority? Ranking speed usually correlates more with those factors than with the tool doing the work. Okay, the tool matters, but the site's starting position matters even more. So if you watch this far, here's what I'd actually do if I were you. You don't need to copy my exact stack, you need to copy the architecture. You need a mobile interface for daily control, you need an agent that runs on a server, you need real data through an API, you need smart model routing so you're not overpaying, and you need a way for non-coders to make technical changes on the site itself. So whether you use Telegram or Slack, Hermes or a custom agent, DataForSEO or Ahrefs, Claude Code or Cursor, the architecture is the same. Just build it, wire it up for your own use case or your first client, and start using it every day so the memory gets sharper and your workflow gets faster. Because the honest truth about SEO right now is this: the people who win aren't the ones with the fanciest tool, they're the ones who show up every day, make decisions grounded in real data, and keep iterating. When I ran the moving company, the business that beat us on Google weren't the ones spending the most on tools. They were the ones being consistent, being useful, and doing the boring work over years. So the same principle applies here. So that's the stack. It's Hermes running on a VPS, plus Telegram, plus DataForSEO, plus OpenRouter, plus Claude Code, and it runs from my phone. So drop a comment with the biggest SEO problem you're trying to solve right now. Is it keyword research, technical fixes, content briefs, getting pages indexed? I read every one, and the next video might be built around your comment. And if you want to know which 7 AI offers you could start selling today, watch this next video right here. See you in the next one.